You know, there's this famous quote I heard a couple of years back, and it was, don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. Because the thing is, sometimes we think people are out to get us. Sometimes we think people are a bitch to us on purpose. We think they prey on our downfall. They want us to fail. They want us to lose. You know, they don't care about us. But maybe people are just blind, incompetent, unaware. The thing is, even just cultural differences. You know how in Asia, it's a cultural respect to take off your shoes before you enter the house or when you walk in? Well, in other cultures, like North America, some people just walk with their shoes inside of the house. So let's say you came from North America to Asia and you walked into somebody's house unaware with your shoes on. Are you being malicious? Are you disrespecting them personally? Do you wish harm upon them? Or are you unaware and incompetent? And sometimes, you know, when we think someone, just road rage in general, it's like you never know who's having a bad day. Who just found out they lost their job? Who's rushing to the hospital? Who is so lost in their thoughts? Maybe they got yelled at, or they're depressed, or they have trauma, or we never really know what's going on with people. So to always think that, you know, that people are just these horrible beings and they're aggressive or they're savages, you know, sometimes maybe people are just blind, unaware, incompetent. And sure, you can blame them for that, but I think it gave me way more peace, you know? I feel like most of the time people aren't really out to get you, buddy. Yeah, most of the time people don't really care. We're so obsessed with ourselves that we think anything that happens to us is a threat to us. But people are also only thinking about themselves, so they didn't even notice you were there. They don't care about you in a sense. And especially when it comes to family and friends, if the denominator is love, you know, they care about me, do they wish the best for me? No matter what they say to me and how they say it, you know, communication is a tough thing. Human relations is a tough thing. Sometimes your girlfriend or your friend, they want to tell you something, but they just don't know how, you know? They're not this perfect therapist. They're trying to express themselves in the best way they can. And sometimes they're just going to be an idiot. And you're an idiot, you know? The way you talk to your mom or the way you talk to your girlfriend, like there's probably a trillion ways you could have done it better, brought it up better, you know, communicated better. And you don't really mean harm. And other people are the same way. Sometimes we just don't know how to express ourselves. And if the denominator, like I said, is love and they care about us, then we need to know that they're not truly being malicious. And I think we need to give people a little bit more patience and wiggle room and let things slide, you know? Especially because, yeah, we don't know what's going on in their head, and, you know, they care about us, loved ones and family. And strangers, man, I don't think strangers... Are you out to get anybody? No. But I bet you, every day, you're probably stepping on somebody's toes. You're probably pissing somebody off. You probably didn't even notice. You cut someone off, you were late, you did something wrong that pissed some stranger off. Were you malicious? No. You were just going about your day. Do you know what I mean? Like, be forgiving so you shall be forgiven. Sort of fits into that just as well. So, don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence, or unawareness, or stupidity.